What is going on, everyone, to the Thursday edition of the Morning Buzz? I am your host for the day, Isaias Ramirez. This is WMSC Upper Montclair, and joined me today, we have my co-host, wearing a hat, wearing shades, Cam Martin. We have a newscaster in Ali Leach, and our UK contributor, Mia Lewington. How you doing, everyone? It's Thursday. We're almost done with the week. How's it going?
Doing pretty good, Isaias.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Allie, how you doing?
Yeah, it's going pretty good.
Mia, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Chef.
Pretty good. Okay.
Isaias, here's the real question. How are you doing?
How am I doing? Well, let me tell you, I'm doing pretty amazing. Not gonna lie, guys. It's Thursday, final live show of the Morning Buzz this week, and I'm ready to get started. So, Allie, lead the charge with the newscast for us today.
All right, let's hop right into it. So, in international news, Haiti's president, Jovenel Moise, was assassinated in his private residence early in the day yesterday. The New York Times reports that Martini Moise, President Moise's wife, was also shot. The interim Prime Minister, Claude Joseph, said, "A group of unidentified individuals, some of them speaking Spanish, attacked the private residence of the President of the Republic, and this fatally wounded the head of the state." Later on, Joseph said in an interview with the New York Times that he was the one running the country at the moment. However, it was unclear how much power he had or how long that was going to last. In national news, 10 more victims were found in the rubble and debris at the Florida condo that collapsed in Miami 2 weeks ago. AP News reports that as the search crews reached their 14th day working, the death toll was officially up to 46. Miami-Dade Assistant Fire Chief Ray Jadala said that the crew did some significant removal of the pile and that they were able to get down to various areas to inspect. And finally, in local news, a Morris County chef wins the TV competition show Chopped. Patch.com reports that Leah Gaccioni, the owner of South and Pine restaurant in Morristown, cooked against 3 other chefs and made her way into the final round. And the chef wowed the judges with her dessert dish to take home the win. And now, time for a weather update. In Montclair, New Jersey, it is currently 75 degrees with a high of 85 and a low of 69 degrees. It is partly cloudy, and at around 10 a.m., there's a 50% chance of rain that will last throughout the day. Tropical storm Elsa is expected to move toward our area today, maintaining strength as a tropical storm. However, it's not going to affect us that bad. It's expected to bring just 1 to 3 inches of rain to our area tonight and to tomorrow morning. And that is your weather update and your newscast for today.
Wow, that was a stellar newscast, if I were to say. And I think the coolest part about that one was the Chopped story, because I used to watch Chopped and the Food Network so much as a kid, and to see someone from New Jersey represent, holding it down for us, that's pretty cool.
Listen, that's what's up. Which Morristown is it? Because, there's 2 Morristowns in the state of New Jersey.
There's 2 Morristowns?
Yeah, there's one by me.
What? Oh, I think it's probably the Morris County Morristown.
Well,
Yes, it was Morris County.
Yeah.
Had to make sure. So it looks
Your
like
Morristown doesn't exist, Cam. We don't really acknowledge it.
That just hurt everybody from my Morristown, man.
You know what, Cam? I'll let you represent your Morristown by leading the way with a nice sports cast. Fill us in. What's going on?
So in the world of sports, the Euro Cup final is set. Harry Kane's extra time goal lifts England to the Euro final for the first time since 1966. They'll be playing Italy in the final. Due to weather delay on Tuesday, the Mets played a doubleheader yesterday. In Game 1, leading National League MVP candidate Jacob deGrom had his ERA go up to 1 for the first time all season. However, the Mets always seem to get hot late, as Jeff McNeil hit a walk-off single in extras, giving the Mets the 4-3 win. In Game 2, however, the Brewers cracked not 1, not 2, but 3 different home runs, 2 of which were in the 2-run variety. The Brewers win Game 2, 5-0. How about the other team in New York? The Yankees' offense has been dominating the last 2 days. 11 runs, Game 1, 10 hits last night against the Mariners. I mean, Aaron Judge had a hit that got sent to Pluto, and it's turned out to be the difference between the Yankees winning the game and heading the extra innings. As the Mariners started coming back, the Yankees found a way to hold on to win it 5-4. If you saw what the Tampa Bay mayor had to say to lose Game 4 on purpose, whatever, so they could win game 5 at home. Well, they did just that. It was lit in Tampa Bay. The Stanley Cup final took place, and like the Drake song says, the Lightning went back to back. The Lightning win 1-0, and the world champion Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians went on to say that Tampa Bay is Champa Bay after the city won its 3rd championship in the last year. Oh yeah, by the way, you know why I'm wearing the hat, the shirt, and this right here? My favorite ever team of all time, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's their birthday today. They are what? And they're in their 90s. No, they're 89 now. So happy birthday, Steelers! And that's your sportscast for the day.
Hey, happy birthday, Pittsburgh Steelers. I am a fan as well, guys. Let's talk about the Steelers for a whole hour.
I'm for
Anyone
it.
down? No.
I'm
I'm getting weird looks. I think Cam's into it.
I'm into it.
Sorry, guys. Looks like no Steelers talk for a whole hour.
Next
It
time.
hurts the soul. Maybe next week we'll do that. But Mia, you gotta fill us in on what's going on in the UK. All right, let us know.
So England won 2-1 against Denmark last night, but the UEFA has opened disciplinary proceedings against England after fans shone a laser at Denmark goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel during the Euro 2020 semi-final and booed the Scandinavian country's national anthem. A laser pointer was directed at Schmeichel before he saved Harry Kane's extra time penalty, only for the England captain to score the rebound. UEFA is also investigating the lighting of fireworks inside Wembley Stadium during the match. Prime Minister Boris Johnson's official spokesman condemned the use of the laser by a supporter. UEFA are looking into that. That's a matter for them, but it's not something we would want to see, Mr. Johnson said. He also urged fans not to boo teams during their national anthem. I find this hilarious. I find it absolutely hilarious.
I'm not really too angry about the national anthem booing. I think that's just like two countries battling. That's pretty normal. What's annoying is the laser pointers to the eyes. Like, come on, man.
Yo, honestly,
that's extra.
And here's the thing. It looked like that was the difference too, because I was watching the game and the goalkeeper. He saved the initial penalty kick. On the rebound, he got up, but I guess the laser pointer must have messed up his eyes because he jumped way too early and missed it by literally inches. Missed the ball by inches.
Typical England, always cheating. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know how that guy got in with lasers. Aren't those like banned in most stadiums, laser pointers and stuff like that?
I know they're banned in the U.S. I don't know about over there.
Well, if not, they should probably get on that, right?
May get onto it.
Are they really going to face any like true consequences, though? You think?
I think. I mean, it's obviously everyone is responsible for their own actions, and if UK fans, England fans, did do that, then that's their issue. They should hold the responsibility for it and the consequences as well. But I think if the UEFA find that it was maybe set up by the England team, or even if they think, do you know what, never mind, we will I can't think of the word. We will show the England fans like that they aren't able to do this, that this isn't acceptable. So they may even say like England is being disqualified if they find any link between the England fans to the team, then they could get disqualified, and even then they could be disqualified just because they're punishing the fans.
That hurts both ways, because you got to think, like, it's been over 50 years since England has been in the final, so it's like, hey, this is nice. And if they lose this opportunity, it's like, dang, this stinks. You gotta go
that just like stings a little more, It's like, wow, you've been waiting this long. The team's finally together. They're playing great soccer, and all of a sudden they have the chance to go to the finals, and they're like, "Nah, actually, that laser pointer thing, we're just gonna have to cancel the tournament, guys."
Like that, that first of all, that not only does it rob England fans of obviously a championship opportunity, it robs the world of a potentially great Euro Cup final. Like that game really would be a must-watch event if you're interested. Of course, if you're interested. But that game would really be a very enjoyable game. I personally, I would love to watch that game. That game would be intense.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so too.
I just find it funny because obviously I'm seeing so much of of the Euro 2020 right now, like everywhere, that
You just want to see it burn, don't you?
yeah, in
you
a
want it to
way,
go as bad as possible, Mia.
yeah, it's
Crazy.
it would be just like
That
it
is
would
so
just
crazy.
it would just be so ironic if they get this far into the into the final and then suddenly they just get disqualified because some
That would be
idiots thought
hilarious.
to light a laser.
But that one guy, hopefully he doesn't ruin it for everyone. I'm assuming how like a lot of things like that, the way that NBA or NFL works, just be like, this guy is suspended for life. He'll never be allowed back in
Banned for
Wembley
life.
Stadium kind of deal. So I assume that's probably how this is realistically going to end. Maybe like a
Yeah.
fine to the
I think
team.
if they find out like who it specifically was in the crowd, then yeah, they'd definitely do that. But if there's any link between the team and the fans, then they'll probably disqualify the team.
I mean, listen. Besides, disqualifying, it's unfortunate too because you can't really go back on these. It's like whatever the result was the day before, you can't go back on. You
Let's
can't be
run it
like
back today.
you can't be like, hey, you know what? Hey, forget what happened yesterday. We're gonna come back. We gotta replay it. You don't do that in sports at all. So like, that's the unfortunate part. It's just like, yikes. You just gotta live with the result and move on.
Yep. Now the only natural thing is like Italy wins 6-0 somehow. And that's how it's gonna go. But I think we've done enough sports conversation for the day, guys. As much
Not
as I'd
really.
love to do it, we are not ESPN or Fox Sports, whatever you want to call us. We are WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is the Morning Buzz. And we have to talk about things that happen in the United States occasionally, like news. So today, Trump announced is a suit against not only Facebook, Twitter, and Google. He's claiming he and other conservatives have been wrongfully censored. Trump announced the actions against the three major companies, along with Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, and Sundar Pichai, at a press conference in New Jersey where he demanded that the accounts be reinstated. Trump has been suspended from the platform since January when his followers violently stormed the Capitol building, trying to block Congress from certifying Joe Biden's presidential win. The company cited that Trump would incite further violence and would have kept him locked out. Quote, we are asking the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida to order an immediate halt to social media companies' illegal, shameful censorship of American people, Trump said. We are going to hold big tech very accountable. Many legal experts do believe that the suits are likely to fail given the precedent and legal protections. So, guys, Cam, you're raising your hand. You're allowed to speak.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is, personally, I agree with what Trump has to say. It's not right to be censored. I mean, listen, I understand that there's terms and agreements. I get that. We all agree. That's what happens. And what happens is that, but we live in we have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to an extent, but I don't think it should be censored. You got to remember, I've seen a lot of things in history that just like people haven't, really followed. People are close that go on in the world, but like, hey man, listen, I personally believe that Trump should not be censored and he should win this suit. He has all the right in the world because it's been 6 months. I think he learned his lesson. Just saying.
What are your thoughts, Mia? What are you thinking over there?
Well, freedom of speech, definitely. It's just there when it hits that limit. Did he did he get to that limit and try and go over? And that's why suddenly all of these social media platforms have just chosen to actually censor his freedom of speech, because I mean there is a limit, but when that limit just is taken too far, it freedom of speech just doesn't really kind of
Can only protect so much, pretty much.
yeah.
Before, you don't want to like incite violence, and he was kind of,
Yeah.
teetering in that realm, where things got very out of hand. I don't know if you guys saw, but he had some crazy people storming the Capitol building.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say there's freedom of speech, however, there's not freedom of consequences.
Yeah.
That is true. That's very true.
I personally think, because I remember him like tweeting stuff out about meeting at the Capitol on January 6th, and then we all saw the outcome of January 6th and how very dangerous that was for our country that day. And the fact that these social media companies are not run by the government at all, they're all private companies, I think that they have the right to kick him off their platforms. Because if they don't want that type of, representation on their platforms, I think they kind of have the right to remove him from their platforms. Also, like, this is just my opinion. This is not the opinion of the station. But yeah, I think that they absolutely have the right to remove him from the platforms. Because like he's like kind of inviting them to this Capitol riot that wasn't very friendly,
Yep. Just a reminder, as Ali said, these are all our personal opinions. We do not represent what the station is trying to be, so this is just us. And I kind of agree with Ali as well. These are private run organizations. These aren't like American organizations run by the government. So, I mean, they have the ability to do whatever they want. They can block or prevent people from making accounts if they wanted to. It's really their decision, and that's why I think most likely, according to experts as well, I am not an expert, but it's most likely the suit isn't gonna do much work. It's more of like an attention grab, I would assume, in my humble opinion, that this is just him trying to get back into the news cycle more than anything else. I don't think the results of his suit really matters much to him. And I'll leave my opinion at that. Anyone else want to hop in on this?
It's just the way I agree that it's the companies have all the right in the world. It's just my opinion. Is just that a full-on ban, it was a lifetime ban, like a suspension. Yeah, do that, but probably suspend him for X amount of time. And have him understand what the result of I mean, it's hard to get through someone like that, but you know what I mean. You gotta make sure someone like that understands what happened, what his words really meant, and that what he says and what he does, it's just detrimental towards the greater good, if whatever good you believe in, but
Yeah. So I think we'll leave it at that, guys. We'll see what happens with the lawsuit. Maybe we'll update you guys in a few months if anything changes. Before I actually changed, I'm surprised he hasn't like attempted to make like a burner account for like his own Twitter, like Trump's little burner. It's like Angry Man 37 or whatever, and he's just going to town on everyone.
Angry Man 45.
For real, I'm just waiting for that to happen. He should. Why not? But now we're actually going to switch gears to Japan. Take it away, Cam.
All right. So Japan will declare a state of emergency throughout the Olympics. After cases have been surging for the last 2 months in Tokyo, it looks like the Olympics might be without fans. Yesterday alone, 920 new cases were reported. The state of emergency will end August 22nd. However, that is 2 weeks after the conclusion of the games. In a quote, two-thirds of the infections in the capital region are from Tokyo, and our concern is the spread of infections to the neighboring areas. Says Ryuichi Wakita, Director General of the National Institute of Infectious Diseases in Japan. It's unfortunately it's what it is. That's the situation of the world we're in right now, and it's tough to see. Isaias, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's the whole Olympics going on. Even there's been a lot of back data at this point to maybe not host the Olympics this year and postpone it another year. But at the end of the day, the Olympic Committee loves their money, and there's a lot of money at stake here at the Olympics, whether it's through TV deals or just around Tokyo to boost their economy as well. This is tough. It's like the more the days go on, it's like, why are we doing the Olympics? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's okay to postpone. Well, we can wait a little bit. I mean, either way, they're going to lose money compared to when if they just had it the first year. According to the ghost in our chats, they could lose $3 to $4 million if they cancel them this year, which is quite a big amount of money. But even still, it's like you got to look towards the health of the people and the health of, you know, the citizens of Tokyo and Japan in general. So, I mean, what else can you really do? They're committed to hosting the Olympics this year. It's going to happen, whether or not you agree or disagree. And this is not surprising that Japan's declaring a state of emergency.
Al, what about you?
I was gonna say I say kind of good for them. I'm not really surprised either because we are kind of still in a pandemic, and in America we're very privileged to be having all these vaccines being rolled out, but we got to realize that's not the case in every other country across the world. So there are still a lot of places around the world, and it is the Olympics are literally the world competition. Everyone tunes in, everyone's interested, and it's usually a huge event. So I think it's kind of smart for Japan to declare a state of emergency, kind of just to keep everyone safe, and we can also make everyone happy and still have the Olympics. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. I mean, like, I see both sides. I see what Isaiah says about postponing another year. Problem is this: what else happens? Well, what happens every 2 years? This thing called the Winter Olympics occurs.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have for the first time since the '90s, you're gonna have the Summer and Winter Olympics at the same time. There's a lot of money to be made. No doubt, there's a lot of money to be made. But like this, the turnaround it's gonna take for all that, it's mind-boggling, it's jumbling. And these athletes, they've trained. This is their 5th year training, really. They've trained for 5 years to get to the Summer Olympics. So for them to have another year to just dedicate their time, I don't know. It's gonna be much difficult for them to really just have to delay another training year again to get back in Olympic shape. Will they do it? Yeah, absolutely. But it's just one of those things that they need to really focus themselves. And then if they delay it again, they got the Summer Olympics 2 years after in 2024. That's a really fast turnaround right then and there to get themselves right, get themselves ready to compete in Paris.
The crazy part about it, though, is that only 15% of Japan's population is fully vaccinated, according to Google, as of yesterday, which is around 19 million people. That's highly concerning, considering I could get this wrong, but isn't Japan's population actually like quite old? Like a lot of their citizens are
I think so.
Their generation.
They are like they're one of the countries where like the majority of the population are senior citizens.
Yeah, so it's surprising to see that low of a vaccination rate. I don't know if they're having struggles getting vaccinations or they're just maybe vaccination hesitation. But that makes another cause concern because I just want them to be safe. That's the targeted areas more for older people, and that's the people that are highly affected by COVID.
Yeah, and then to be bringing in all these people from outside the country.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like,
why can't we just double up on Olympics one year? That would be fun. 24/7 nonstop Olympic coverage from winter to summer.
That sounds actually like a lot of fun.
Right?
I would not be as a fan. I would love it, but the problem is, I used to look at it from an athlete's point of view. that's a fast turnaround from 2022 to 2024. That turnaround like that. Like, whoa, hey, Summer Olympics, we back.
Hey, if they blow out their knees, what does it matter, right? It doesn't, ACL, you can get that repaired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just throw a new one in. Just throw a new one in.
You just buy one off of Amazon at this point. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Olympics. You guys gonna watch it or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you guys like the Summer Olympics?
I'm a tracker, absolutely.
Oh, okay. What's
I'm
your favorite
very
event?
excited to watch softball. They're
Oh,
back
cool.
for the first time in like 10 years.
Sheesh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff, actually. I didn't know they had softball actually in the Olympics.
Yes, they have softball and baseball this year. So go Team USA. Am I
Team
right?
USA. Woo!
What if I start? I'm gonna root for Canada, guys. I got a great connection with Canada.
Actually, I raced against someone from Canada.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Smoked them? I bet you
No.
smoked them, Cam.
Oh God, no. Oh, absolutely not.
come on.
Absolutely not. He's. I think he's on the. I got to look at the roster, but he competed against me in the. There was a track meet up in Edison, and let's just say that he wasn't fun.
He's got the turbos. Is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, he got the absolute turbos. So.
Dude, Canada's got some athletes. But moving on, we're gonna go one more story, sort of Trump related. And I will lead the way on this one. So Trump's New Jersey golf course will pay a $400,000 fine after being threatened with the loss of their liquor license. So Donald Trump's golf clubs in Colts and Necks, New Jersey, has agreed to pay a $400,000 fine in a case brought by the State Division of Alcohol Beverage Control that threatened the liquor license of the ex-president's 3 New Jersey facilities after a customer drove drunk and got into an accident that killed his father. The former president's golf club did not contest the charges and agreed to the fine, as well as service training for the employees by a nationally recognized organization and a ban until December 31st on selling any alcoholic beverages from their carts. The state initially sought to revoke Colts and Neck's liquor license due to the aggravating circumstances in this case and would have pulled the licenses from Trump's other clubs in Bedminster and Pine Hill, New Jersey. I thought it was going to be more fight, I guess, from the Trump side of things. But it's good to see that they went this route. Just pay the fine, make sure you train your employees, because over-serving drunk people and having them drive is very, very awful stuff going on. And the liquor license part, which is interesting about New Jersey, is that it's very hard to get liquor licenses. And there, a lot of times it's just based on like the building. So like if you have, where I used to work was a Quick Check, and in that building, you can have, the store is like a Quick Check and it has the liquor license. But before that, it was like a A&P supermarket. So in that building, it was always going to transfer over the liquor license. So there's only a limited amount of places that can have the right to sell alcohol in New Jersey, which I thought was interesting. And then to see that they're, close to just taking away their license would have definitely plummeted sales at a golf course. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm so glad they did this, because that's drinking and driving. That's fresh. Like, to that level of disregard of human life. That's just a whole nother level. That's just disrespectful. It's frustrating to see that people still drink and drive. It's just one of those things that I wish that we could, if there's any epidemic or pandemic I want to end besides COVID, it's that, because that's just something that is just is inexcusable, absolutely inexcusable at this point. I know somebody, one of my friends, they lost one of their they lost one of their loved ones due to a drunk driver, and just hearing that story alone, kind of like it kind of just brought, like, it made me feel so upset and so angry towards it that once if I'm ever in an opportunity, if I'm in a situation like that, I'm not I don't.
There's really no reason to with apps like Uber or anything else. Like, there's no excuse to be driving drunk at this point.
Honestly.
Yeah. When you have a taxi app on your phone, there's no reason for you to be that selfish and get behind the wheel when you're drunk. I think it's a good thing that they paid up right away, but I also hope this isn't something that happens repeatedly and they just keep paying off like it's no problem. So hopefully, like, this is just a one-time thing, and they learned their lesson, and they're going to train their employees now to keep a better eye out for it.
Yeah, I think the best part about this is that they went through all the actions I think necessary to help prevent this from happening, especially the training from an outside organization to help them instead of doing it like internally, because then sometimes things might get missed. So having a perspective from a different company to come in, make sure your employees are serving their customers correctly, not over serving and making correct pours because you don't want to get someone drunk immediately. I think that's very important. And then think, the story, you live and you learn, and hopefully they learn. Any final thoughts, guys? No? All right. Well, we're going to be headed into a break now, guys. Stay tuned for the next half hour of Morning Buzz content here with me, Isaiah, and Cam, and Allie. And yeah, all right, stay tuned. Bye. Welcome back, guys. We're ready to get locked and loaded for the next round of news content on the Morning Buzz. And Cam, why don't you fill us in on what's going on in Wisconsin? Some spicy stuff.
Well, I don't know. Is cheese in Wisconsin spicy? Colby would
Cam,
be the.
I can't actually hear you right now. Oh, hold on. All right, go ahead, Cam.
We're good now? Can you hear me now? Good?
You're
All
good.
right. All right, let me make sure. Colby would be the official Wisconsin cheese under a new bill. While Wisconsin is known for being obsessed with cheese, it has yet to name an official official state cheese. Their official domesticated animal is the dairy cow. Milk in the state's official frank, and cheese is the official dairy product. A bipartisan bill heard by a state assembly committee on Wednesday could finally give the cheese-crazed state an official cheese. It was created in central Wisconsin, the city of Colby, in 1885. Joseph Steinwald created the cheese and named it after the township where his father built Northern Clarks County. His father built Northern Clarks County's first cheese factory. The bill was introduced several times, including in 2019, but never passed due to the concerns of naming just one official cheese would hurt the sales or reputation of others. Colby is very similar to mild cheddar cheese, but has more sweetness to it. That sounds very cheesy.
Very cheesy. I'm honestly surprised that Wisconsin, of all states, would not have an official cheese. I assumed that it was like just cheddar or something.
Oh, I'm not.
You're not surprised?
No.
Why is that?
Wisconsin cheese is just so amazing. So, like, you can't just pick one certain cheese.
Yeah, there's too many cheeses to pick from.
Like, if you're gonna say one is better than the rest, it's like you just basically said, yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite cheese?
Pepper Jack's my go-to. I love me some pepper jack.
Whatever's in mac and cheese. I don't know.
I assume it's probably cheddar and mac and cheese, right?
Probably cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this disgusting picture online of someone making mac and cheese, and they use like the Kraft singles, and then just like boiled noodles, and just like, all right, that's my mac and cheese. Like, ugh, that hurt my soul just looking at it. And I'm not even a big mac and cheese person, but if I were to pick my favorite cheese, I think it would probably be maybe Munster or Havarti cheese. Pepper Jack's cool. They can't really go wrong with cheese.
No, you really can't.
No.
The only cheese you can go wrong with is old rotten cheese.
But don't some people like the little
Yeah, then I was gonna say people still eat that sometimes.
Yeah.
So you really can't.
Cheese?
Yeah, I think some people eat like the what is the name for it? The multi cheese? I could be tripping. I don't know.
Listen. That's the thing about cheese. Like, you really can't go wrong with any kind of cheese. Colby cheese. I actually don't remember ever having Colby cheese. Think about it.
Honestly, it's not that like unique. I feel for like Colby Jack cheese. I think is more interesting than Colby cheese because at least it's got like a mixture of two cheeses in a slice. But
I had Colby Jack.
Yeah, but Colby cheese, it pretty much is, to me at least, is just like cheddar cheese in a circle. Not much going on in that one, but okay. So, what if New Jersey had to declare an official like food product, as their food identity? What would it be?
Tomatoes, blueberries.
Oh.
Tomatoes or blueberries?
Pork roll.
Pork roll.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Oh no, listen.
Oh, okay.
Wait, time out now. Wait, time out. I'm gonna say this now. You New Jersey folks have corrupted me. I said pork roll all my life. It sounds weird to me now. So
It
like,
sounds weird. It doesn't roll off the
you,
tongue.
I will never.
no, you ruined it for me.
It's Taylor ham, man. It's always been Taylor ham.
I'm not gonna say that word either. But
What do you call it? Just pork slices?
I'm just gonna say food.
Food? Okay.
I please have a New Jersey breakfast sandwich.
Food products.
The one that tastes a little salty on it, please. That's a
Nah.
great way to freak out whatever restaurant you go to. Very confusing. And
Nah,
I'm
but
sure it's happened.
Let's relax. Honestly, for real though, I really think that if have you ever been to Hamilton, blueberry capital of the world?
Nah.
Oh, y'all gotta go down there. Right,
Hamilton?
Hamilton.
That's in New Jersey?
Oh yeah, blueberry capital.
Another fake city you've created, Cam.
I
in
did
your
not
head.
create this. I did
These
not create
aren't real things.
because that's the reason why I say them blueberries at Hamilton, mwah, fire.
They're that good.
Oh,
You know
they're
what?
amazing.
I like a good frozen blueberry. Nice frozen one from Walmart or ShopRite. Now that is a real delicacy, Cam. From a real company, unlike your fake town with fake blueberries.
Look it up after the show. Look it up. After the show, look it up.
But speaking of breakfast sandwiches, really quick before I move on to stories, what is your guys' favorite breakfast sandwich to order? Unless that's not your thing.
I like bagels a lot, but if I were to get a breakfast sandwich, it'd have to be a classic pork roll, egg, and cheese on an egg bagel.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Cam, what you got for us?
I really don't eat breakfast sandwiches all that, so I would probably get just something from Wawa, a egg and cheese on croissant.
A Wawa? I've only been to a Wawa for ice, but my favorite breakfast sandwich would probably be an egg and cheese, but with Spam. Dude, Spam is the greatest breakfast meat out there. So my Spam people, shout out to you. Spam's been holding it down for me for generations of my people. We love our Spam. And yeah, in my opinion, obviously. But yeah, Spam, go-to choice breakfast meat for me. And I will leave it at that as we switch gears a little bit and we're heading back to Tokyo. And they have some interesting stuff going on. I always feel like Tokyo is like a leader in electronics and innovation at this point. And it's really cool to see what they come up with next. And in Tokyo, a digital billboard has projected a giant 3D cat over Tokyo. Interesting. A high-tech billboard in Tokyo is drawing attention by playing the 3D image of a giant cat moving around and meowing for 18 hours a day, all the way from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. It is also being live streamed on YouTube for 24 hours a day, even when the billboard is turned off. The 1,664 square foot curved LED screen billboard situated atop of a building in the Shinjuku district. The cat display is designed to draw attention to the new billboard known as the Cross Shinjuku Vision. The website is promoting the advertising space that is approximately 190,000 pedestrians pass by that location each day. So it's a great space to, advertise something. And that's the way of getting attention. And it certainly got my attention. And what are your thoughts, guys?
That's it.
Ooh.
You guys are interested in a 3D cat or no?
A 3D cat would be that's kind of dope though.
Yeah.
What would you guys put in a billboard?
If I had something like that, I think I'd put a cat over it. That seems like a good answer. Or like, I don't know what else I would put. That's something very weird. Yeah.
Very weird. And as I was looking at it the other day, it's like trippy because it's like a real 3D cat. Like you can't obviously see 3D on YouTube, but the way it looks on the video on YouTube, I don't know if we can get it up at some point, but it is like popping out of that little window. And the live stream, there's like a chat going on in multiple languages. Oh, there it is right there. So there's like a video of it from earlier. And how trippy is that?
Imagine now you drive.
I
You're
know.
driving down and you just see it's like, it's gonna get me.
It's like a HBO movie right there. It's like instead of
Yeah.
Godzilla, it's just a giant cat terrorizing the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I lied. I don't know if I think it's cool. It's like slightly terrifying. Um,
Slightly terrifying.
It's kind
Slightly.
of cute though. I like them.
It's cute and all, but it's it's kind of out there.
yeah.
I feel like it's pretty tame for Japan. This is definitely nothing crazy on their scale of crazy, in my personal opinion.
No, not at all. Oh no, not one bit. This is like that's a normal Tuesday for Japan. That's a normal Tuesday.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, I thought it was a little cool little story I saw as I was browsing the internet last night, as one does in preparation for today. And I was like, oh, that's a fun thing to share. And I saw a 3D cat. And yeah, not much else to really add to that story. So, Cam, you want to take it away with our wandering elephant?
Yeah. So that's a story I literally found this morning actually. One of the members, an elephant from Japan, from China, actually, has returned back home. The elephant was a part of a herd that left last year in reserve in the Yunnan province last year and walked more than 500 kilometers or 300 miles north. They reached the outskirts of Kunming, a major city, before heading south. The elephant, he left the herd and was captured on Wednesday in the city of Yuchi and sent back to the I'm not going to butcher the name. Sent back to a nature reserve about 280 kilometers away. The 10-year-old 1.8-ton elephant stayed near a populated area since Monday. And, personally, as the government, that's kind of, they did the right thing to, not scare the elephant too much.
Yeah. And to be gone for a whole year? That's crazy.
Listen, good thing on the elephant, he missed all COVID.
For real, he come back and he's like, what happened, guys?
Yeah, that elephant, he missed all COVID. He got it good.
He's like, who won the NBA Finals last year? I've been waiting to know the results, guys. No one has filled me in. I keep going to all these towns, and they keep like running away from me. They're all wearing masks now.
They're getting scared of me.
It's like, gosh, like I'm just like you guys. So what if I'm a little bigger? Jeez. Yeah, this is a cool story. Very, very happy he returned home.
Yeah.
What would you guys do if you just saw an elephant though walking around on the street?
Run. Actually, this is a good question. Realistically, I would spread. I don't know. I'm getting out of there. I'm out. Nope.
Yeah, I would probably run the other way just because it's an elephant. And why is he in my neighborhood? Not
For real. It's like, how did you get here?
Listen, here's the thing. The closest place where elephants are is across the bridge in the Philadelphia Zoo. Why is an elephant in my town? That's the real question. When I go to Montclair, why is an elephant in Montclair? How does an elephant get to Montclair? Did he take the train? Did he take the train to get across? Did he come from New York Penn Station to get across to get to Montclair State? Like,
Yeah.
did the elephant? If I'm down a while, would the elephant take the tram car?
I mean, I think that's the only logical way an elephant would get close to you.
Will it take the tram car?
Yeah, it's got to be the tram car.
Has to be.
Yeah. He seems the most logical, saves a little money that way too, I feel.
Yeah.
He's about saving money. But hey, elephants always returning. Oh, you know what I love about elephants though? For some reason, I think it's because my mom, but we have like a bunch of random elephant statues in our little house, and they just are perched up everywhere. So I think they're good luck. So maybe he's bringing people good luck on his journeys across the world before going home.
Bring joy to the world. See, now that's actually fitting because like the last year we all needed a little good luck. We all needed some luck. That's why the elephant was on a spiritual journey to provide us all with some good vibes, good fortunes.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the statues of elephants though is that I think you have to face them like a certain way. Like I think they have to be pointing right instead of left. I think left brings in like bad energy. I don't know. Something about elephants.
Well, see, now that's probably what he did. He probably went left.
Oh, you think he's the villain?
I'm not gonna speculate anything, but hey, man, maybe.
Hypothetically, He could have caused COVID, this elephant.
Not only that, he could he could have also brought the vaccine. Well, the vaccine was only available to us, so maybe not. Scratch that. Yeah, elephant caused COVID. So
Confirmed, 2021. Before this conversation gets even more out of hand and very weird, we're going to go to another story where a huge supply of water is saved from evaporation when solar panels are built over canals. So, in both India and California, flying solar panels are being implemented over canals as a way to decrease habitat loss and evaporation. In Santa Cruz, implementation of these panels will save 63.5 billion gallons of water from evaporating per year. On the other hand, the water from the canals cool down the solar panels and prevent overheating. That's actually really cool. Look at science doing things.
63 and that's a lot.
That's a lot of gallons of water.
That's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water.
That's enough water for all of us to have what? I do math here. There's 7 people in the world. So like 8 gallons? No, 9 gallons, I think. Yeah, 9 gallons of water.
That was quick math.
That was very quick math.
Thank you.
Shout out to you because I failed algebra 1. I could never do that.
That's enough water for us all to have 9 gallons to ourselves. That's
an insane amount of water.
A decent amount of water.
Per year too? Woo, we lit. Oh, we lit.
Poland Springs profits are gonna go through the roof now.
I'm saying though.
Yeah, that's a neat story actually, and it's only from California, but that's cool. Shout out to, California gets to enjoy the benefits.
It's like if you really, California is one of those states that they have been trying to find. They've been having droughts for a while. They had dry air, wildfires. So this right here would I wouldn't say prevent, but it would be able to aid the people of Cali.
Yeah, but the potential for it, like say they use this kind of technology in other areas. Imagine how much water that saves across the planet now.
Well, now you look at a whole new planet. The world's in a better place at that point.
Yeah. It could help solve the future water crisis that could be happening in the world. And yeah, look at technology. I don't know how they discover these things, but they do.
Listen, it really comes down to this: you have an issue, you have a way to solve it. How are you gonna get in between? What's in between that?
Yeah,
everything in life.
Yeah, that's actually shout out to the scientists that have spent probably years on top of years of research for this solar panel technology. And yeah, round of applause for science, guys, because they are killing the game.
It's coming to fruition now. Thank you, scientists.
It really is. I wish they would stop trying to clone things. That's creepy. So maybe stop doing creepy things, science, and focus on things like this, like water, because that's important.
We all need some water.
We all need some water. Well, Cam, I think it's time for one final story. And would you like to take us on that journey?
Yes, I shall. Chinese social media giant WeChat shuts down LGBT accounts. WeChat has shut down several accounts dealing with LGBT topics that were run by college students and other non-government organizations, which has raised concerns about the Communist Party in China. The notices sent out to these accounts said that they're in violation, but gave no further explanation. And many owners of the accounts were reluctant to be identified out of fear of further consequence. AP News says, quote, the Communist Party has decriminalized homosexuality in 1997, but gay, lesbian, bisexual, transsexual, and other sexual minorities still face discrimination. While there are more public discussions of such issues, some LGBT activities have been blocked by authorities, end quote. That's really in the world that we live in now, that's just very demoralizing. It's demoralizing. Not much more to say, but that hurts to realize that there are people out there that really are not going to support the LGBT community.
Yeah, this is rough because I think a lot of people forget that how forward the United States is. I know we have our problems, but there's a lot of things that we are forward with, and just accepting people who they are, yeah, is a huge thing that I think we have here that a lot of countries maybe do not have, such as China, where they're literally just censoring people for just loving someone pretty much.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's what it comes down to, is that the government in China has so much control that they don't want people to really be themselves and just fall in line and follow what we do.
Yeah, and it's sad too because I could be wrong, but from what I gather about the Chinese government is they actually do like step in and like own and have a lot of say in these social media apps. So the fact that the government is like kind of, aware that they're targeting these LGBT individuals is scary. And it's also scary because of the fact that they could find out who the owners of these accounts are, and that creates an even more dangerous situation.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's scary. Yeah, it's not a good situation.
No.
It's one of those things in life that the danger of being who you are is that it's dangerous to you, because if you explain who you are, that's really that's your life that you're playing with, and it's difficult. It's frustrating, but that's the reality of the situation. At least not in America. That's things in America are much more lenient, accepting. Like me personally, love who you love. We'll support you no matter what. That's the way I see it. That's the way it should be. But I guess governments around across the world don't see that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like, oh, who am I to tell you who to really love and who to spend your time with, or what identity you want to identify as? Like, you breathe the same air as me. We're both human at the end of the day. So as far as I can tell, we're both equals. So it sucks to see that, a lot of other countries are like they're struggling with this internally, just trying to, be themselves at the end of the day, and they don't have the opportunity that I think a lot of people here have. And obviously there's areas in America where, that still is very like demoralizing for people. Like they feel the need that they can never really truly be themselves where they live. But then there are also areas, like especially where like in Montclair, I feel like there's a lot of people that are just, they are who they are,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
they have no shame about it, and they shouldn't, because that's it. That's them. Who am I to judge you?
Listen, we all have nobody in the world is perfect. We all have flaws. So what we can't say anything about anybody else, because we would not want that back on ourselves. It's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Exactly, yeah. And I wonder if they are gonna do. I'm not sure if China has other kind of social media chats like WeChat or not. But I'm wondering, like, are they gonna start banning other apps such as TikTok or whatever other apps in China are very popular? Like, you think they're gonna have more censorship of just try to delete, I guess, LGBT involvement in China as a whole?
Personally, I really hope they don't, because no, the LGBT community it's a community that are them and their allies it's strong supporters. No matter what, the people are still going to support them, and you're going to see that all over all social media apps at the end of the day. So you're really just going to say the Chinese government's going to just really step in and say, yeah, no more social media.
Yeah.
That's a huge overhaul of banning right there. So I don't know.
The interesting part, though, is that could that possibly bleed over? Like, say they try to take a bigger stance on LGBT content on TikTok, would that bleed over into like our version of TikTok? Or are they going to censor, our communities over here? Because it's still the same thing. They're all a part of the same community. So what do you guys think? Is that a possibility that, TikTok could end up having, silencing a whole segment of people?
I mean, I think it very well is possible because kind of like with the whole Trump thing we talked about before, it is a private company, and it is like it is wrong to ban these accounts just because that they're a part of the LGBTQ community. It is a private company though, so legally they can do it. Is it right? No, not at all. And it's sad. And I don't know if it would kind of go over well in the US side of TikTok, because I know that personally, like a lot of LGBTQ community members use TikTok in America, and it's like a safe place.
Yeah.
It'd be very scary if that got taken away.
Here's the thing. TikTok is a Chinese-owned company. Why? That's their money on the line. Why would they, miss out on that?
I get maybe they care more about their
Their image.
like maybe they feel like that's dishonoring them in some kind of fashion, and maybe the money's not as important as telling
Bro.
people what it's like.
That's listen. Honestly, I'm just saying from an American point of view, you gotta be more accepting. That's at the end of the day, you gotta be accepting, because people are scared to really be who they are, and I feel as though that's probably one of the things that we do well in the Western world. We express who we are without fear of anything, and not without fear of being judged. That's really what makes us so different, so unique.
Yeah, I think the final point I want to leave off at least is, obviously this is a huge community, but if they have the power to censor them, who's next to say what other community is next for them to just say, yeah, we're just going to silence you too as well. We don't want to hear your voice, and we're just going to stomp on it until it's no longer heard. So it's scary to see that this is a possibility, and the options are really endless for China to see who they want to block off from the world next. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the show for the Thursday edition. It's been me, Isaiah Ramirez, your official host of the Thursday show, joined by Cam, our co-host, Ali, holding it down in the newscasting world. And not only that, special shout out to Mia, who could not be with us here at the end of the show, but she's here with us in spirit. And a special thanks to the ghosts behind the screen, gathering stories when we needed them. I'm not sure if I can name them or not, but, shout out to you, sir. Other than that, guys, stay tuned for more Morning Buzz content next week and tomorrow with the highlight show. But until then, enjoy your Thursday. Stay inside. Don't get too wet out there. And have a great day.